Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you DPP Revival Ubers Open. This is round 11 action. So we have a double header here today, and again we are well into the top 8. I believe this would be top 6 now. And the first series we're gonna have today is featuring Highlord and Stone Cold, also going by Dave. And then the second series will be between Evuelf and Strange Name. But regardless though, this is a very exciting matchup as we get closer and closer to a potential money finish from one of these competitors. Regardless though, let's jump right in. So we got Darkrai lead into a Deoxys attack lead. We've seen this lead matchup play out several times before. If this Darkrai is Dark Void or whatnot, then this Deoxys attack will probably get slept. So if Highlord thinks that it's Scarf, he can also opt to Extreme Speed, but you could also play for the miss here and just go for Spikes turn 1. So or go for Signal Beam. All of these are valid options, but we'll see what happens here. Dark Void happens, so Deoxys attack getting its Sash Pop, but Highlord could trap Fish for an early Wake Up here and get Spikes up. And gets the instant wake up instead, so bit of a surprising outcome. And Groudon's got a T-Wave there. Stealth Rocks here and into a Draco Meteor. Draco's going to do a significant amount to Groudon here, but that is a bulky Groudon. Jirachi is going to come in, could try to get Wish Off, but might just be a Scarf. Oh no, Lefties is shown, and Water Spout's going to do a significant amount there. And Dave with a Paraspam team here, with Jirachi being Wish Protect here, so it should be able to reduce Water Spout's power with some Iron Head flinches. And doesn't even get one flinch off at the very least, so talk about a terrible start. Like, imagine you're like, this deep in a tournament, your tournament life's on the line, because again, this is loser's bracket, and your first game, it's like, the opposing lead just instantly wakes up, gets a spike up, so you couldn't even prevent that. And then your Jirachi, which was kind of a glue on this team, just can't get nothing going here. So, if you're Dave, it's like, this gotta be frustrating. But Deoxys attack gonna come in here, and Palkia's gonna get a sub up, so but Thunder will break that sub up, and Deoxys attack will go down instantly since it's made of wet paper noodles. But Dialga's gonna threaten to KO here on this Palkia, and Groudon is going to be the Dialga response, and doesn't actually quite get KO, but that Dialga is faster, and Palkia is going to be sacked here. Interesting. I don't know if Dave's tilted. That could be a factor too. Kyogre is probably going to try to get Para off and just gets crit. Alright. Yeah, even Highlord is stunned. Darkrai is going to come in here. You gotta get Dark Pulse off because Kyogre's blocking sleep. Makes sense. But Highlord knows that this Darkrai is a Scarf, so Dialga will comfortably sit on this for the time being. And Groudon looks like it's gonna be sacrificed here. The last here could be something like a Ho-Oh, could also be something like a bulk of Dialga. I'm not sure, but Darkrai is going to show up here. I guess Last Mon Mewtwo is also possible on what Dave's got going here. A nice trick there. Oh, that Kyogre being Choice Scarf is going to foil that trick attempt, and Dave's just going to stay in and finally gets the trick off. Hydro Pump there will KO. What's the last here? The last is Giratina. And Giratina should be able to nab gotta go for a sub here, so that's usually sub CM Giratina, but Dave right now, his only out here would be, based on the way this is going, he needs this Palkia to miss Hydro Pump, and then not only that, not only does he need that Palkia to miss Hydro Pump and then get a couple more Calm Mind boosts, you have to hope that this, actually no, this can't fit, what do you call it? I don't think you can fit like Shadow Sneak or any priority here, so yeah, no, I think this game is as good as done actually. Bronzong's gonna show up here and it'll probably pay back, unless this Giratina somehow has Thunder and get some hacks going. Subs up here and Trick Room, and Oh man, yeah, Stone Cold, Knockout Bar playing it out, knows that probably not gonna do enough. And this Bronzong probably is either Gyro Ball or Payback, both which would break the sub anyways. So yeah, really unfortunate game 1 there, but it's okay, it's a best of 3, so you know, Dave's or Stone Cold, he's not completely out just yet, and Highlord is on match point. So we got game 2 here. Ho-Oh lead into a Kyogre lead. Ho-Oh could threaten a huge Brave Bird here with CB, but instead gonna get Water Spelled it there, so rough start for Dave here, and Latias is going to be a follow-up here. Go ahead, at least force it out for the time being. Thunder's here into a Blissey. Blissey will blank on this, and then Groudon is the Blissey answer. This could be sub-free attacks, or sorry, not, or it could be Rock Polish. Groudon, but it is Life Orb, so strong possibility that this is Rock Polish free attacks Groudon. We don't know for sure. A Kyogre trying to mid-ground there. Try to catch the Latias with that Ice Beam, but gonna beat a Bronzong instead. And Skarm is going to show up, and Groudon is going to come into the game, threaten a Fire Punch here as spikes do go up, so Highlord getting some layers up, and Dragon Claw is there. That might have been an over-predict, and instead just got Whirlwind out. Latias will threaten this, and lands a 50% Thunder. So yeah, really, okay, I mean, maybe Dave has a Kyogre in the back. Like, I mean, 50% Thunder in the sun seems kind of counterintuitive, but what do I know? Although I guess Dave didn't want to bring this Groudon out right away, so that's probably the other thing. Dragon Claw is here going to finally get something going from, and this Groudon will get the KO. That Giratina shall sneak there because it was probably slower than a Rock Polish Groudon. But this Kyogre's got friend a huge Surf or Ice Beam, and Surf Stare going to do a lot to this Bronzong. And okay, yes, Highlord trying to Scout Cuss that berry, but that was probably, that might have been Aqua Berry Bronzong. And Dialga is going to come in here, going to eat this Thunder, no Para. Dialga go threaten a Dragon Pulse, but instead go double back to Blissey, which is interesting. And Healing Wishes into a Groudon. That Groudon will go right back up to full, and Sun is going to be active. This Blissey will get the Soft Boil off. Rock Polish is there trying to catch a choke. Instead misses Toxic. That is not what you want to see. And EQ there, I don't think that crit actually matters, especially with Life Orb. And Kyogre is going to show up here. And Dragon Claw's there as a mid-ground move, just to cover like another dragon, but also like Skarm, ensuring you're getting some chip damage on Skarmory. Fire Punch might not do it here. And Skarm is going to recover. Roost up, and this Darkrai will get a free sleep off, so Dave in an immensely threatening position here. And that Dialga is going to lose significant amounts of health. Question is this plot? But Focus Blast is here. A second Focus Blast will probably seal this game for Stone Cold. Lands the second, so Latias is going to show up here and could go for a Dark Pulse Flinch. And gets it. And this game is pretty much a wrap at this point. Even if the Dialga wakes up, that Groudon is most certainly faster than the Dialga. And that's going to do it. And we're going to have a game 3 here. So Stone Cold's going to win this game too. Good stuff from Stone Cold being able to set up that second Punch of Life for Groudon with that Healing Wish. And then getting significant amounts of chip damage on the Skarm, even with Highlord trying to scout out Custap with the Skarm, which technically was not the wrong play, but unfortunately it kind of just gave a window for Groudon to put some damage, and then even then he was kind of forced to sack the Kyogre and then go into Skarm, so that Fire Punch did not instantly send it packing the next week. So you know, you kind of see how Dave really was able to set up kind of a scenario where Highlord just didn't have a didn't have great options. Regardless of what he took there. It's kind of a pick your poison situation. But enough of me talking though. We have a game 3 to go through. So game 3 here, match point, losers bracket. Whoever loses here is going to be sent packing home. I would be ashamed to see either player barely miss out on money this late into the tour. Deoxys speed lead into a Groudon lead. Groudon might probably just fling here with Light Ball. That's what I've seen so far. But instead got a T-Wave that is also going to do the job. And gotta get rocks up at the very least, so DOS has not been able to prevent Hazard, but DOS can't even get all 3 layers of spikes up as forced to extreme speed just to sell for any form of damage that sticks. But that is Lefty's Groudon. This might be Sunstall with lead Groudon. And Groudon just going to EQ here on this Darkrai, so this might be Walbray, it might not be. We see a Probo Pass, alright man. And it is showing lefties. As for what Probo Pass does, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. And there's the Focus Blast there. Able to keep that sleep intact, but Dialga is going to threaten a revenge kill if it is Scarf. And Dave does not want to take any big chances here. Dragon Pulse is going to do a decent amount to that Dialga. And Heatran is going to show up on Highlord's end. So, Heatran Sun, and this Heatran can be really annoying, and Palkia looks like gonna absorb the sleep. Question is this... Oh no, it's lefties. Interesting, and Focus Blast is there trying to catch the Sleep Talk Bulk Up. What? Hold on, what is this? Okay, so Stone Cold there going for Focus Blast, was trying to catch Scarf Dialga or Heatran, but this is... What? Is this like Bulk Up Dragon Claw? I'm trying... Well, okay, that's a lot of Spadef, and so that is Mono Palkia. It's probably Rest Talk, but Rayquaza is got friend an Outrage, and Crest is... Or Draco Meteor for that matter, but Crest is going to be able to come in, and that might be a Scarf Ray, based on how Stone Cold is playing this. Moonlight Stare, trying to cover for Outrage. And Heatran is going to show up, and it's just going to be super annoying here. Could friend a Toxic if he thinks Dialga is going to switch out. But just got Lava Plume instead. Try to fish for some burns. Not going to get it. And that Palkia in real danger of actually dying. And just going to get roared out again. So getting tons of mileage out of Roar Dialga. And Ray's going to show up here and gets taunted, but that Ray is going to threaten a ton of damage to whatever comes in. And Lava Plume's there, no burn. And Crest is going to show up once again to Stonewall this Rayquaza. Well, I don't know about Stonewall. But Dialga is going to show up once again. And there's the T-Wave, so Dialga's gonna have a hard time doing its thing, being able to just roar stuff out. And Palkia nearly going to die, but could get a rest off here if it wakes up in time. We'll do exactly that, and that's going to at least keep it alive for now as it gets roared out once more. And Groudon, that is the last thing Dave wanted to see. And Rayquaza on its last legs here, and nice Dragon Claw mid-ground there by Highlord that covers just about everything. And Mewtwo, so the last is most certainly Wobbuffet here. And that Mewtwo is going to deal a significant amount of damage, and Groudon's just got EQ here and then just basically win the game. And, oh wait, no, that's not going to win the game, but Highlord is going to be in a fantastic position though. And Palkia here, if it draws a Dragon Claw through Sleep Talk, then this Mewtwo won't be able to boom on it. And, oh, the last is Mew, interesting. So, yeah, interesting idea here. Well, okay, to be fair, I guess, like, he already did change the Rayquaza set because Walbray, the Ray set is usually SD. So yeah, I mean, again, Stone Cold, very smart builder, a very creative builder. And is this Baton Pass? SD's here. Synchronize is gonna kick in, and Okay, it is Lumberry, but what is his Mew set? Usually when you see Mew, most people associate with BP. And full pair is there, okay. Palkia is going to show up. I mean, Mew knows almost literally any move. Okay, there's the Dragon Claw. And Dialga, okay, I'm trying to make sense of this. Draco's there, going to do a lot. And Dragon Claw's also got KO there, and Heatran will actually do a significant amount, and full paras, so we don't know what the rest of this Mew's moveset is. Dragon Claws again, Lunar Dances into the Heatran, and now there's no way for this Heatran to get roared out, and Sucker Punch doing 45%. That's a lot of damage. So, and this Dialga can't really 1v1 the Heatran anymore. Albu's gonna do 30%, and lands a Thunder. Actually gets the para that he's looking for. 50% Thunder and Sun. I mean, I don't like those odds. A full para and then consecutive Thunders could do it here. And no full para, and Highlord is going to take this series 2-1. Stone Cold had a fantastic run. Unfortunately, his run is going to end at this stage, which is so tough. But regardless, though, you have a fantastic run, though, and we appreciate you playing in this tournament. And Highlord is going to keep the run alive for the time being. But that being said, though, we have another pairing that we're going to have to go through, and Highlord will play the winner of that series, which will be Evuelf versus Strange Name. Strange Name going by Heart Goes Boom, and Evuelf going by Nikosi 6R5. Let's just jump right in. So, loser gets sent home. Kyogre lead versus Darkrai lead. Darkrai going to get Dark Void here, and Lumberry's going to kick in, and that Darkrai's going to be crippled for good. And it is a Sash Darkrai, but Strange Name will at the very least get this Dark Void off on this Kyogre. But Dialga will be able to come in, try to get Stealth Rocks up to keep that Darkrai out of commission for good. Double full para, so we don't even know what this moveset is. Probably has Focus Blast if he was willing to make that play. And Dragon Pulse is there, going to do decent amounts of damage to Groudon. Bronzong's going to be pivoted right in. And this Bronzong should be able to get rocks up pretty comfortably. And Giratina is, okay, yeah, it disappeared for a second. Must have used Shadow Force. But Giratina might be able to get a sub up here. It does exactly that. So, could be sub CM. There's a few variations that it could do. But Calm Mind's here. And good Dragon Pulse here. And Mewtwo going to be kind of a threat right now to Evuelf's team, but Ice Beam's here, and this Kyogre, Quillfish is going to show up, and it will threaten an explosion, and Waterfall will also do a lot here. So how's Strange Name going to respond here? Going to go into Groudon, and T-Spikes is going to show up, so that Mewtwo is going to be crippled for good for the rest of this game, and Lugia is going to show up on Evuelf's end, and that's going to completely wall this Groudon. And knowing Evuelf is probably sub Lugia, but Ice Beam is there, doesn't tell us a whole lot. I guess we'll find out if it's sub or not with this next move. What do you know it is? EQ's there, gonna do absolutely nothing, so this tells me that Strange Name does not have a great way to deal with this, and Mewtwo could, be an annoyance here against this sub Lugia, but it will get phased out. There's the Whirlwind into the Ho-Oh. Not exactly what Strange Name was hoping to see here. And subs up here. Sacred Fire's there. Don't forget, both Mons have pressure. Subs here. Okay, yeah, Strange Name finally catches on. And then now Strange Name is kind of forced to roost up here, I think. Yeah, not a great spot if you're Strange Name. Sacred Fire's here. I mean, you're losing a lot of PP real fast. I think you only have one more attack here, effectively. And Evuelf is forced to roost here. And, that actually does not quite KO. And oh, okay, there goes all the Sacred Fires that Strange Name had. Okay, yeah, I miscounted. But Giratina will get rid of this. But Palkia gonna be poisoned here, and Lumberry is gonna get popped. And this Palkia is in a prime position to put some overtime here. Fire Blast is there. He was trying to play around pressure, but Dialga is going to be the Palkia response here. And gonna eat that Spatial Rend, 35%, not bad, but don't forget it has a high crit rate. Bronzong is going to once again stymie this Dialga and threaten an EQ. And it protects here. Strange Name was perhaps trying to catch a Giratina Altered showing up, but not gonna happen. EQ's gonna do 20% to his Kyogre, so it can't eat one more, but Giratina Altered, now he's gonna try to pivot around this, and Groudon is now poisoned by the T-Spikes, and it's gonna lose about 6% net total health with each passing turn. And Dragon Pulse here only doing 26%, but this Mewtwo probably has Recover, and it is going to be forced to recover, so Evuelf could look to get CM up here, which he will do exactly that. And Dragon Pulses once more. Evuelf could use this opportunity to get another CM off, but no, Jirachi's going to show up instead. And if this is Scarf Jirachi, then Evuelf is in a prime position, and Strange Name does not want to play those games. Gotta eat a U-turn as Evuelf reads that, and Giratina once again going to be a threat to this Bronzong. And Mewtwo just eating up that passive damage, and passive damage has just really been the name of the game so far for Evuelf, as that one T-Spike has done so much throughout the entire game. Question is that Quillfish also like dual hazards with like spikes plus T-Spikes? That's also a plausible angle. Just gradually losing health, and again, Evuelf does have to pay attention to pressure, and oh, that is not good. And Strange Name's got forfeit there because that effectively sealed the game. That's gotta suck though. Like, there's no telling if that Mewtwo would have been able to outlast the Giratina because of, you know, both Mons having pressure. I mean, hey, it's pressure the tier, right? Like, Evuelf had 3 pressure Mons, Strange Name had 2, like, yeah, just pressure, lots of pressure going around. And then that Giratina was starting to run a bit low on Dragon Pulses too, so I think Evuelf was in a better position to win in the long term. It's just that that crit just accelerated the game by, like, I don't know, at least 50, like 30, 40 turns, give or take. So Evuelf's gonna be on match point, Strange Name with his back against the wall, and we got game 2 though. And we're gonna see Tyranitar, a Tyranitar Mirror, both could friend Superpower. Evuelf's going to do exactly that and going to break its sash, but Evuelf might be sashed as well. We're gonna find out. Yep, both are sashed, both are gonna probably get rocks up. So yeah, basically a handshake at this point, and Strange Name's gonna win the speed tie here. So Strange Name does have the option to use his own Tyranitar as a sacrificial piece later in the game, and Mewtwo will get rid of that, so not even gonna bother with that. Question is, what's the follow-up here? Follow-up is gonna be Kyogre. That Kyogre might be Scarf Ogre, and Giratina Altered's gonna show up once again for Evuelf, and gonna get T-waved on the way here. And Kyogre gonna be able to get a Calm Mind off, and Wisp is going to kick in, but Lumberry is popped on Strange Name's end. Gonna try to put some pressure on this Giratina and gonna get roared out instead. And Groudon is gonna come in, but that's gonna be threatened by Will-O-Wisp, as Dragon Claw won't quite do enough unless it's sub. And full power is there, so we don't even know what the set is. Calm Mind's there, trying to play for hacks. Will-O-Wisp will connect this time for Evuelf. And Ice Beams again, no crit there. And instead it is going to get the rest off, and that might be Rest Talk. This could be that ZF Sandstall, but there's no telling if that's the case. And Giratina got FUD there, was probably hoping for a roar. Instead, Will-O-Wisp just got kick in once again, and this Kyogre is proven to be faster, and Giratina will go down, but Giratina Altered got some decent mileage, putting that Kyogre on a perma timer, and Dialga is going to show up here, and Jirachi is the answer, but Strange Name could also opt to get a Healing Wish off later, and Groudon is going to be the Dialga answer here, and it's going to take 53%. That is not what Strange Name was hoping for, and it's just proved to be faster, so terrible start. And now Strange Name is going to have to resort to Iron Head flinches, which is not really sustainable, and Fori's going to show up. For all I know, there might be a hole in the back, or a Lugia perhaps. I think that's what the ZF Sandstall usually runs, but actually no, I mean also T-Tar on that 6 usually runs Scarf. I think that's the original pace, but I'd have to double check again. But Spike's gonna show up here. Question is, does this 4EF boom? It does, and that's just gonna take it out. Jirachi's gonna show up here, and luckily pressure. Oh, Ho-Oh's going to show up here, and yeah, you're not exactly gonna be punching through this hole, especially with lefties being a factor too. So yeah, like Evuelf is more than Jirachi resilient, if you want to call it that. And if you're Evuelf, probably go look to get a Roost off or recover at some point. 13 should be 11, so yeah, like about 6 more Iron Heads, give or take. Iron Heads again. Yeah, I don't think Strange Name has enough Iron Heads to even do the thing where you just Iron Head through all your answers, and oh, there's a recover, so yeah, that's gonna seal it there. Question is, what's the last here? The last is Rayquaza, and Ho-Oh's gonna recover again, but it will probably get a Brave Bird off here, and we'll do exactly that, but this Rayquaza might be Life Orb. Mewtwo is going to eat this waterfall up pretty comfortably, and this should be game over. So Strange Name's going to be eliminated, and like yeah, Strange Name just doesn't have enough resources, and Strange Name's going to be eliminated from this tournament. Evuelf's run's going to stay alive, so we will see Highlord and Evuelf in the next round of this tournament, as Evuelf is going to move on. And well played by Evuelf, and this was a relatively clean series, I'd say, for Evuelf to kind of get through. Waterfall Ray is with SD is like an interesting idea. I kind of like it because you can get through Ho-Oh without committing to something like Outrage, so like that's kind of a nice option to have there. Although with Airlock being active, that means that no rain boost, which you know, suffering from success, I guess, or it's a double-edged sword, I don't know, but yeah, so that's one reason why you see Waterfall is like mostly for Ho-Oh, and then you also still get to punch through Groudon reliably without the drawbacks of Outrage. So you know, that's kind of a nice option to have on SD Ray, and interesting team from Strange Name. And then Evuelf, again, cool team. Yeah, just cool teams in general, even if Evuelf's team is on the slower side, which is what we've seen a lot throughout this tournament. But regardless though, if you guys enjoyed this doubleheader, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to DPP Revival's prize pool. Link is in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.